Hey, good evening. Thanks for checking back in. Finally got a chance to cut a video here after being gone for the week. I spent some time in the city for work, but just want to go through an update on how this pattern's evolving that, for the last couple of weeks on the blog I've been talking about the change to colder, prolonged weather middle to end of January into February, which is definitely going to happen. Now it's just a question of how we're going to get a storm out of this pattern. Actually, funny because this weekend, that storm I was talking up and saying, between the 15th and 19th, wherever it was, we'll see a storm. And, it was out to sea. But actually, we're going to actually get some snow showers. And up in New England, we'll probably get a moderate snowfall, a few inches. And we might even get an inch, maybe 2 inches down here this weekend. So, I was right in getting a storm, but it's going to snow. So that was interesting to see the models correct there. And it kind of helps a little bit with the storm threat for Tuesday, Wednesday time frame next week. Right now in the models there is no threat. But before I get into that, here's a jet stream. Again, you can see the ridges and the troughs in the jet stream currently. You can basically see by the time we get out to Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we have literally the polar vortex is sitting right over eastern Canada. Very, very polar cold air. Reason being, you now have this ridge up in Alaska that's connecting to the poles. So you no longer have Pacific air that goes over the northern latitudes, cools down and comes down into this eastern U.S. Now you actually have true Arctic air that's going to just settle in the country, and literally this goes through the end of January, polar vortex drops again, and the pattern really just locks in. Ridge in the west, trough in the east, all this blocking over the top, ridge in the Atlantic. So it's a great pattern to give us the cold ingredients necessary for a snowstorm, and now it's just a matter of patience. Tomorrow we're going to get one. So let's take a look at what our first threat might be. This is going to go into Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Hold on a second. This is going to be basically, this is energy in the atmosphere, so you can see where the disturbances are and where they're going to form storms. So I'll tell you when to start looking. Hold on. Okay, so right now this is Monday. If you could see here, here's one disturbance here. You could actually see the southern jet stream right here, and it kind of has some moisture there, and it cuts off, and there's some more moisture here. This basically, we have to watch this disturbance right here. Right now, the models don't dig this down deep enough, so they don't really phase it with the southern stream. And what happens is by the time this trough over here goes into a negative tilt, the storm develops offshore right here. Okay? And you can probably see that on the surface map if I would guess, and there you go, right? There's a storm. It's a little small low pressure system just offshore. So basically, all year the models have basically been too shallow with the short waves diving down, and sometimes hanging back some of the southern stream energy. So given the error I've seen, I don't think it's highly likely we're going to see a big snow event middle of next week, but I think there's a chance that this could trend more towards coming inland, and you can actually see this more tight, and you can actually see a storm not just develop out over here, but develop more tightly inland. Okay, and going back to the upper air chart around that period, Tuesday, we do have a supportive pattern for a storm. We have a nice low pressure up here, 50-50 low, western Atlantic ridge, trough. So the atmosphere's there. It's just a matter of timing. Just have to be able to time up the southern moisture and the northern stream. But you know what? If it doesn't work out for middle of this week, the pattern's locked in. So you're going to have all these different bouts of moisture you're going to see coming down and trying to phase along the east coast. And I don't know what's coming through in the video because sometimes it delays the images. But a lot of action. I'm going to actually put out a Super Bowl first prediction maybe sometime this weekend, tomorrow or Sunday. And I'll keep updating you on this week's pattern. Right now, I'm leaning towards the models correcting on Tuesday. That's all I'll say. Next weekend there will probably be another shot at the jet streams to phase, or maybe another storm. So the potential's on the table. We just need the timing and the synergy to really line up in the atmosphere with the actual finer players, meaning the energy. The overall large-scale pattern is perfect. So keep checking in. I'll keep you updated.